Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about little ways that you can personalize your handbags. In other words, how you can personalize. Bada bing! Terrible jokes aside, we are going to have a little bit of fun today. I have 3 different bags that I'm going to show you that I usually do different funky things with. So we are going to do this one by one, and I'm going to show you little ways that I make these bags a little more fun. We're going to start off with the Kate Spade Natalia bag. This is a crossbody bag. I bought this, I think, off of eBay when it was already definitely more than gently used. You can see the hardware is scratched and there's a little bit of wear on some of the paint. But I got this because I really enjoy the shape of the quilting, I like the color, and I like the fact that it's just a nice small usable crossbody. However, sometimes I like to turn it into a shoulder bag. This is a little strap that I bought on Temu. It attaches at the D-rings. It's a very small chain, so it can barely fit over my shoulder, but that's kind of what I was looking for with a bag of this size. I just want a little bit more versatility out of this purse. If you have a crossbody bag that doesn't have the D-rings, you can try the looping trick. This looping trick, you just take the strap and you do exactly what it sounds like you would do. Close the flap. And there you have your shoulder strap. I don't like the way this looks since this crossbody strap has a lot of leather pieces on it, so that's why I went ahead and got the chain. Let me show you the difference in what that looks like. And I leave this attached just because it's easier. And here is what the little mini strap looks like. That's just a simple way to adjust the length when you wouldn't otherwise have the option. Our next handbag is the Michael Kors Emilia. I think this was in the small size, but I'll have to go back and check. And you guys aren't going to believe this. I actually bought this from the store. Hell must have frozen over. I was looking for something cute and pink and small, and Michael Kors had a sale, so I was like, okay. So yeah, the only time I really buy for myself from the stores directly is when they have sales. First thing we're going to do with this is add this fun little scarf. Yay! I really couldn't tell you where I got this from. It could have been from Amazon, but I think it may have actually come with another bag that I also don't have anymore. I feel like that's a running theme with me with some of these accessories. This little guy, I think, came from Temu. He was just fuzzy and adorable. I don't remember what bag I originally bought him to go on, but it wasn't this one, so I'm sure whatever bag that was, I probably also donated that one too. Let's start with our scarf. I struggle with getting my tails even, so we may end up having to redo this and reduce the front tail so that the back tail will match. Depends on how off it is. Sometimes it's just not worth having to redo the whole scarf just for a little bit of tail. This is also a good thing to do if you're worried about getting the handles dirty, depending on what kind of leather your bag is made out of. It may be more sensitive than others. Let's see. I think that tail's even enough. It's not uneven enough to be worth the trouble of undoing the first one. That's how I base my decision on. Alright, so that is the scarf on the front top handle here. And this bag does come with a crossbody strap. I don't usually wear it crossbody because I worry that my jeans will get some discoloration or color transfer on the back. And then where should we put our creature? Should we put it on this side? Well, this side has the bigger tail, so let's put it on that side. And I prefer him on the side here since the D-rings are kind of very prominent and floppy, and I feel like they just need something for when I'm not wearing this crossbody. So that's what we have for this purse. We have our little scarf and our little foo-foo. And that looks pretty good to me. Last but not least, we have our Kate Spade Rosy bucket bag. I know you guys have seen like the little pouch that came with it, so I'm constantly using the pouch and not so much the bag. As you can see, there are quite a few straps here. This one I mostly mess around with the length of the straps and the type of the straps. You can do a lot by just buying individual chains. This is the strap that the bag originally came with. It's a crossbody strap. You can adjust it, but I mean, you can't adjust, like, you're not going to be able to turn this into a shoulder bag with this strap. It's just not going to work. I'm not crazy about that striped look, so I bought a bunch, and I do mean a bunch of chains to mess around with it. I'm going to start with the easiest ones. These are just some acrylic purse straps that I ordered on Temu, and these vary in length. It all just depends on what you're looking for. All three of these are just acrylic. I mean, it's got some of them have metal between the segments. This one is just purely acrylic, and they all have little detachable straps that you would just use on the D-rings here. Most of the time I use this one, and I will just carry it like so. Oh. This is typically how I wear this bag with this strap, just because I think it goes with the coloring the best. You can also have a strap just hanging around the front for decoration. And I do have one that's specifically for that purpose. This little doohickey here is not a purse strap. It's just meant to give a little color to the front, since the bag is very, very beige. Let's see, I have this strap, very Chanel inspired, that I use when I want to wear it crossbody, but don't want to use the big honking strap. Let's see, this is adjustable. You can use this little ball here, make it shorter. I don't like to adjust it to the point where you could use it as a shoulder strap. To me, it just doesn't look very good, because then you've got an awful lot of tail hanging off. But here's an idea of what it looks like. Oop, get off that tongue. It's not good to get your straps tangled on your bag tongue. Here is what this strap looks like. The tone of the metal on this bag is like a champagne gold, so I do have a hard time matching the straps to that exact tone of metal. But most of the time, unless you really look, you're not going to notice too much. I mean, like, silver stands out against it, for example. If you compare the color of the metal to my rings, I mean, silver would definitely stand out, whereas regular gold tone will fit in a little better with it. I've also got this pink strap. Show you what that looks like with the rest of the fixings. I actually bought this to use with a different purse that I also no longer have, and that purse was a light pink, so this chain went with that a little better. But if I want to add more of a pop of color, then this is a good strap to hang off of the rosy. And this is also a bit of a longer strap than some of these other ones, so if I want a little more breathing room for my armpits, then this is a good strap to pick. If I can get it off. Then we have the brown strap. This is a very short strap. I bought this for a different bag that I still have, but I don't like the way this strap looks on it, so I use it with the rosy instead. And this is good for if I want to keep that neutral tone look and just have maybe a little pop of color with the chain, but I don't want the purse strap itself to be the center of attention, then those are the days when I would pick this strap. I think it's nice to have a little stash of straps that you can pull from, because any bag that you have that has removable crossbody straps is going to be able to use them. Just going to shove all these back in there. I am going to attach this though, and I'll show you why. So this is how I would normally wear this bag, with this particular chain and with the little pop of color from the bag necklace. Those are all the tips I have for you today. I hope this can give you a chance to play around with some of the bags you may have like tucked away in the corner in your collection. Maybe you've got that one like beige bag that you really like the structure of, but it seems kind of on the boring side. Get some fun little accessories, play around with it, see if you can have more fun with the bags that you own. Thank you for joining me for this video, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.